Leslie Nielsen on WJNO. Early 90s, I believe this was.
Traffic reports to get you to Joe Robbie Stadium for the big game tonight as the Marlins take on the Braves.
Actors who ride motorcycles.
This is true too. Or girls who flip up their skirts at
wear ankle bracelets that keep slipping down.
Well, listen, I had hoped that we would be able to persuade you, and I don't know if you always travel with your props, as most entertainers, jugglers and jongleurs and mountebanks do, but I didn't know if you brought along with you today for the interview your famous whoopee cushion.
My famous, I'm sure it's within hand's reach if you can wait for just a second.
I can wait.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll just have a this is called a stage wait, Susan.
Stage break?
Stage wait.
Stage wait.
Stage wait.
Well, can I take a
or
chance
in a script
to say
it would
something?
say beat.
A beat.
Beat, yeah. Okay, go ahead, say something.
Today is Andre Dawson's birthday, my favorite baseball player. I want to wish him a happy birthday.
Oh, okay. Andre Dawson, who I guess is a baseball player. Susan wants to wish him a happy birthday.
So, happy birthday to Andre.
Happy birthday to Andre.
I think, I really think a little more spirit. Yeah, that is not just happy birthday, but happy!
Yippee! Happy birthday, Andre! But he's in Oakland, he can't hear me.
Susan is a baseball groupie, recently married, which
2
has
years.
somewhat quelled
2 years
her
this week.
her passion for flinging herself at large, sweaty athletes. I'm sorry, what was that, Leslie? Did you say something?
Nothing.
Oh, anyway. I'm sorry, I thought you said something. Okay, so anyway, as a man who is a serious actor and a man who you know, who has always tried to project the image of great dignity. Do you feel that as you go along in life that that there will be other great dramatic roles that you will essay?
Well, I think that they are becoming fewer and further between because of the insanity of Frank Drebin, but that's fine by me. I've done my bevy of serious acting, although I'm a professional actor and I never intend to stop approaching any and every part. But I can do serious work for myself. I don't have to prove anything to anybody. And I do the one-man play based on the life of Clarence Bell. And I do hope one day to get back to doing that. And also, somewhere down the line, I want to do Willie Loman. But that's it. But if it ends up that I don't do them, then that's the way the ball bounces.
Somebody was...
Excuse me.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, now you see...
Didgeridoo!
Didgeridoo indeed. All right, now I think it's time. Duet for Didgeridoo and Whoopee Cushion. We'll do this. We'll do 12 bars on this, Leslie. You ready?
12 bars. That's the call of the Australian wild.
That was very good. I thought we played very well together for the first time.
You hear that at nighttime, especially when there's no moon. Lon Chaney has been known to come back. The didgeridoo brings back everything. Oh my goodness.
You know, we didn't tune up.
Yeah.
Let's tune up. Tune up. Okay, here we go. Tune up. Go ahead. You start.
I think we're getting into a duet here.
This is definitely getting...
I thought that isn't the didgeridoo one of Zsa Zsa's favorite instruments?
Oh, with no doubt whatsoever. She once married a Hungarian didgeridoo. Now listen, Leslie, we're going to have to take a break. Can you stick with us for one more?
Sure,
okay, all right. We'll take a quick break, and we will be back with our guest, Leslie Nielsen, star of Airplane and, of course, Naked Gun, and a new Naked Gun coming out. That's a scoop here for the Gossip Page. We'll be right back on the Gossip Page.
WJNO, 1230 South Florida.
Okay, home gardeners. Can anyone tell me some of the best-known areas for tomatoes? Or do you say tomatoes?
We are back on the Gossip Page with our guest, Leslie Nielsen. Leslie, let me ask you a question. In the book, chock full of good gossip, I intend to steal a bit of it from my column. Any particular stories that really stand out as really, you know, with all these great stories from your career, or even something that's not in the book?
You mean just off the top of my head?
Well, off the top of your head, something really. I like scandal. I like things with nudity a lot.
You have to understand how difficult that question is for me, because when David Fisher, who was my co-author,
Yes.
when he approached me about doing it, I told him, I said, David, people who write books have important things to say, and they have a tendency to give advice. I have nothing important to say, and I don't give advice.
Mm-hmm.
And he reassured me he'd followed my career and my life story for quite some time. And then when the book was done, if you just go ahead and do it, I would read it or follow it and see it during the process that indeed there would be nothing important in the book. Nothing significant, nothing meaningful. And he said, I'll guarantee that when people have finished reading it, their mind will be a total blank. Which is why when now you ask me, is there something that I could at this moment feel was significant to tell you? But what you're meaning is I still have the same point of view. There's absolutely nothing important in the book. I can't single anything out for you.
Good thing I didn't.
This is what we call a stage wait. A stage wait, where you deep pause. As they put the old-fashioned cassette.
Oh, she said, I'm sorry.
We were up at the, having dinner. I had pursued her for some time. I've been working in New York with her also on the Circa Theater.
Mm-hmm.
And I was looking out, it was very romantic, looking out over the Hudson. We were up on one of the high skyscrapers.
Mm-hmm.
I was telling her about my 11th birthday. I remember it very specifically.
Mm-hmm.
And I could hear just off to the side. I'm looking out these big giant windows, and I could hear one of those soft little snores that are more feminine, than
Yeah.
masculine.
Yeah.
And there she was. She had her head in her
She was dozing.
She had fallen asleep. So I just lowered my voice and finished the story. I didn't want to wake her up, but that was the night she slept.
What a gentleman.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
only a true gentleman.
Well,
would do
I
that.
don't,
Of the old school.
I think thoughtfulness is important in this world.
Absolutely. Well, I agree. Well, the book is, of course, at all your Walden Books and your Brentanos and all of those places, and a very attractive cover of Leslie looking very swashbuckling, of course, with a patch over one eye.
He looks kind of serious.
Well, of course, he is looking through the eye with the patch. He's looking through a magnifying glass, which does make one wonder. Well, you look at it, I haven't even realized that till this minute.
Well, I have to admit that I never got what the Naked Gun meant till we sat here today.
You ever got what?
What the Naked Gun title meant.
You see what I mean, Leslie? It's impossible. This woman.
What was her name again?
Yeah. Little Susie
Did you
Horn
do
Dog.
stuff?
Yes, I know.
My
It's
mind just...
this is a woman who sees a phallic symbol in literally a beach ball.
Incidentally, when I talk about guaranteeing that when you finish reading the book, your mind will be a total blank.
Yeah.
I had somebody call me, and they had finished the book, and they said they noticed something quite unusual because 15 minutes later, now you talk about light reading, 15 minutes later they had to pick up the book and start reading it again. And that was kind of a double. I said, well, did your mind feel like it's sort of blankety blank?
Maybe I better buy 2 copies.
I think it definitely should. Well, what I'm looking forward to is, of course, is the new Naked Gun movie, and I think any surprise. Oh no! I want to ask you, what was it like working with Priscilla Presley?
I absolutely adore Priscilla.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, aside from the fact that she's so beautiful,
Right.
she's just such a wonderful person,
Mm-hmm.
and she happens to be very, very funny.
Yeah,
She's married to a man named Marco, a young man,
Right.
guy, and they are such a happy, wonderful couple. It's just a pleasure to be in their company.
She was a pretty good sport. I mean, she got banged around a little bit in that movie, didn't she?
And Howard, and when you think for 1 second, she could be picking many different kinds of roles after
Right.
she finished her work in television, and she was very astute, I think, in selecting this role to be in.
Yeah. Well, we will certainly look forward to seeing the movie, sir, and we loved the book. I read a good half of it last night. It's a very, very funny book. It stands on its own, has its own message, and it is unique. And I tend to agree. Your mind will be a total blank when you finish it. But hey, what's wrong with that?
Nothing.
There's nothing wrong with that at all.
I've done pretty well with that state of mind.
It's very tough to do nothing. You never know when you're finished.
Absolutely. Well, one quick last whoopee before we go out. Would that be possible?
A quick one. This shows you the efficacy of the whoopee cushion.
It certainly does.
Oh, excuse me.
It has been absolutely corporophilic having you on, and I hope we can do it again, Leslie.
Yes, you bet.
Okay, thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Bye, Leslie. Oh, boy, I'll tell you. Not a bad fellow. And imagine, I mean, at this stage of his career, to suddenly become something else. I mean, before, I mean, one of the, you know, very good actor, and a guy that you just saw in just zillions and jillions of films.
I don't really remember him in the Sand Pebbles.
I had a tough time. God created women. But he's right. I wasn't looking. I was looking at Brigitte Bardot.
And I was looking at Steve McQueen.
There you go. So, you know. Okay, I'll tell you what. What we're going to do now, I think, because do we owe you a break, Frank? Okay, we owe you a break. So let's take a break, and we'll be right back on the gossip page.
WJNO.
A Rico Don.
I'll mention it.
In this story by David Duffy, a man who knows, by the way, Raimi Blumenfeld.
Oh, that's right.
And knows his lesbians, Mr. Duffy.
Oh, he does?
Oh, listen, David
He was
Duffy.
my partner in the golf tournament.
Was he?
Don't say anything mean about him.
I didn't say anything mean to be.
Okay.
I just said he's cognizant of lesbians.
I was unaware of that.
He's an expert. That's why we had him do this story.
I'm going to talk to him about that.
It is a good issue. And the other thing here is you've got to. I rarely mention non-celebrity stories. Oh, by the way, Susan Rutan talks about how adopting a baby wrecked her marriage in this story by Brian Williams. But look at this picture of Beauty and the Beef, we call this story. 1,000-pound man to wed 125-pound beauty, half his age. Isn't that incredible?
Some couple.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy.
I don't want to.
His name is Hambone.
That's his nickname.
Hambone Smith. And he is a hambone, I'll tell you. Okay, when we get back...
No, we're not coming back.
Oh, we're not coming back?
End.
Is Dan up next?
Yes.
Okay, Dan, the mystery host. I beg your pardon?
Wrap it
Oh,
up.
Frank's making one of those spin signs. He wants me to shut up. Okay, Dan will be coming up, the mystery host. I'll be listening. Susan will be listening, and I know you will be too. Good day, and good gossip to you.
You've been listening to Mike Walker's Gossip Page. The director is Frank Boris. The producer and program coordinator is Marilyn Norton. The views and opinions expressed on the show are not necessarily those of WJNO or its sponsors.
WJNO, West Palm Beach, Boca Raton, Fort Lauderdale, plus WJNX, Fort Pierce, Port St. Lucie.